Good afternoon then, and welcome along to the Comic Shop's coverage of the FA Cup second round clash between Buxton and Morecambe this afternoon. I'm your alternative commentator for this game, Russ Vernon, and I'll be guiding you through the next 90 minutes of action to see who gets through to the FA Cup third round. Will it be Buxton? Will it be Morecambe? But like JB said on his commentary last night, against against Charlton, go and listen to that after you listen to this, if you've not listened to it already. He said if it's a draw, he'll go to a replay. Not like the League Cup where it's a draw, where it's been decided on 90 minutes. The teams are almost getting ready for kick-off. As we get ready for kick-off, teams are almost ready now. Just going through last minute preparation in the tunnel. The rain is falling up and down the country as it's raining at Buxton. But we've got loads of spring water with us today. Buxton spring water to drink throughout the afternoon. Got some great work, some great players on show as well, and some ex-Leeds United players and a current Leeds United player who's out on loan in action today. So let's have a look at the two sides in a moment. I can see the Buxton players just going through last minute handshakes as they're just leaving their dressing room to go out onto the field of play. And the subs bench are just behind them as well. We'll bring you the match in full as Leathering for Morecambe's there. Buxton on the other side as the both will make their way out. The rain is teeming down at Buxton as Buxton will look to reach the FA Cup third round for the first time since 1951-52 season. Buxton this is a good test for Morecambe and a good test for Buxton as the teams are now making their way out onto the field, led out by referee Lee Sawbury. I'll run you through the officials and the two lineups in a moment. There's some fans who can watch it from their houses. It looks like the pitch is an artificial surface. And let's have a look at the two sides then, starting with Buxton is Theo Richardson in goal. Curley, Middleton, Hurst and Fox, but Hurst and Middleton, Hurst is on the right, Middleton on the left, Curley and Fox right and left wing back. McKellar is in the midfield. In front of them is Jimmy Ward, who was involved in Euro 2016. Diego Di Giuramaro, who's up front. I've seen him play a couple of times when he was at Chesterfield. He's now at Buxton. We'll run through the Morecambe side in a second. It's Leathering in goal. They've got Abafa, McLaughlin, O'Connor, Delaney and Lee. McLaughlin, Diego Aga and Alfred McCalmont, who's on loan from Leeds United. McDonald, Stockton and Anua is up front today. On the bench then for Buxton is Heath Richardson, Chambers, Milnes, Tier, Hines, Dillingham and Catt. As for Morecambe, Andrewson, the goalkeeper, Jones, Abika, Onyunga, Phillips, Cooney, Gibson, Duffus and Wootton. 4-1-4-1-4 Buxton today and a 4-3-3 for the League One side Morecambe. Lee Swerby is from Plymouth, and he is the man in the middle today. Jamie Ward played in Euro 2016 for Northern Ireland. He's played for Derby County in the past as well. Chris Dawson, the former Leeds United man in midfield, another former Leeds man with Tom Elliott partnering him with Tumana Diagaraga in the Morecambe side, an ex-Leeds man and a current Leeds player without another Morecambe. Alpha McCalmont also starts. Lee Sorby gets ready. He goes up and underway then, and we're off and underways after the players have done the knee. We're now underway here at Silverstone Stadium. It's Buxton against Morecambe in the FA Cup second round. Morecambe attacking the goal to my left with O'Connor plays it forward from Shane McLaughlin. It's cleared away by Fox now. Ball is played forward looking for the run of Clark, who puts Lee under a bit of pressure, but the ball skips out of play for a throw to Morecambe. 45 seconds gone. It's still goalless. If you just done his ear on the TC Hub. JDA Football, JB Sports, Storm FM, and on Twitch and Twitter this afternoon. We'll keep you up to date with what's happening in the Premier League early kick-off between West Ham United and Chelsea. And we'll also keep you up to date with what's happening in the Championship between Coventry against West Bromwich Albion, as the ball is now with Inua, who lost out, but he's won a free kick after he was fouled there by the defender. And he was fouled by Curley and Clark. Artificial surface here. And here is Lee. Plays it down the line. He's cut out by Clark. Out for a throw. Morecambe fans behind the goal where their team are attacking in this first half. Gets away from his man. Cleared away by Clark and cleared away again by Hurst, who was in there to clear away. And now here is Diagaraga for Morecambe, and playing forward was McLaughlin, and he plays it down the line looking, and Buxton cleared down the line from Fox, and he's out for a throw, and he's still goalless then. Coming up towards 3 minutes of this match. Steve Cunningham there, the Buxton boss, watching on. Dawson wins the ball back for Buxton, and now Buxton's on the front foot. Ball's played through by Di Giamaro looking for Elliott, and Lellian comes, and there was Dawson in there as well, and it was Lellian who come out to claim really, really well there, and Dawson in again for a block on the incident, on the challenge. It was a Buxton, and who cleared away as a throw for Morecambe as we watch on. And now it's out for a throw to Buxton on this near side of the right, just inside the Morecambe off. Curley throws it down the east to on to Dawson. Dawson does well. Here's Michaela on now to Fox. Down the line for Ward. Further down the line it goes into the path of Elliott. Elliott putting under pressure. Can't find Jamie Ward, and now Morecambe will try and get away. Here's Stockton, who's onside. Whistler has gone for a foul on McDonald. And now Morecambe have a free kick. He's just coming up towards 5 minutes played, and it's still goalless at this moment in time. You've not missed a goal yet. We'll keep a check on what's happening in the other matches in the Premier League, and early kick-off in the Premier League, early kick-off in the Championship. Still goalless in both of those as the ball is played in by Morecambe over on that far side from McLaughlin, and Theo Richardson comes out and claims it. He did well there, did Theo Richardson. The ball was played down the line to McLaughlin, whose cross was claimed by Richardson, who, as those were trying to dangle a leg to keep the ball in then. They are in the Northern Premier, pitching Northern Premier League. So Richardson's been at Leeds United and Manchester United in the youth setup before coming here to Buxton. And now Alpha McCalmont on loan from Leeds into Stockton. Stockton plays the ball in, is cleared away by Curley. Picked off now by Didier Amaro, brings it down on his chest. Did well there, did the strike for Buxton. There's forward into Clark, who loses out, and now Morecambe will come away with possession. Hopefully we'll get a giant killing today as the ball is played forward, given away by Morecambe to Erse back to Theo Richardson, who clears downfield. Here is McDonald, who loses out. Is a throw to Buxton, who's taken quickly. Complicated Jumara on the edge of the penalty area. And now Kale gives the ball away as Noah comes away with possession. Still going Noah. Lovely running past Curley. But there is Meikle, who comes across and clears it out for a Morecambe throw-in, and that was a good play from Noah, who got away from Curley, and then he was just left back to get away, put ball into the box, and then McCaleb comes across to clear, and Shane McLaughlin to Mana Diego Arga. Here's McCalmon. His pass to find Lee is out for the throw. It is still nearly between Buxton and Morecambe. And now what a time this is Dawson. Plays the ball through to Clark. Clark's just in there, but Lee shot in there from Jamie Ward. And it just goes wide. Take a touch and then fairly wide. I think you've probably crossed the team by the water on the camera. It obviously is not Buxton. Spring water. Other waters are available. As the ball is out wide, including tap. McDonald cuts inside and fires wide for Morecambe there. Still 0-0 as the rain teams down. This is not very clean water to read. Morecambe coming to this on the back of a 4-0 defeat to MK Dons. They got through to this round by beating Newport County by a goal to 0 back on the 6th of November. Is how they got to this stage of the competition. As for Buxton, they've been through quite a few rounds. I'll tell you how they got to this round of the competition in a moment. As Dawson plays it back to his own goalkeeper there, and he's still 0-0 as the ball is in towards the penalty area. And Clark gets there. Clark gets down to the lead, is he? No, he comes off of Clark and out for a goal kick. So to Morecambe. And this is how Buxton got to the first round. In the first game of the competition, they drew with Sherwood Colliery by 2-2 before beating them in the replay 5-1 here at the Silver Lake Stadium, where Morecambe are playing tonight, this afternoon, should I say. They then beat Rushall Olympic 4-0 on this ground. They did then went to City of Liverpool and won by 6-1. Then they played Kettering and drew 2-2 away before beating them 3-1 at home after extra time. And then they beat York 1-0 away, did Buxton. And the Buxton in the last 5 matches of 3 wins, a defeat and a draw. They'll be able to add another win to that later, as Morecambe have just won a free kick for a foul on McDonald there by Fox. He pulls his shirt and then tangle the legs there, and then Fox is knocked over by his teammate almost into the referee. There's players getting forward now for Morecambe. A bit of height advantage. Lee to take it. Diego on the edge of the box. McDonald too. Free kick played in from Lee is over it. But I think the referee spotted some pushing or shoving in there because the whistle blown. We have a look here. There was a push by a Morecambe player in there, so there's a free kick to Buxton, which will be taken by Theo Richardson. The camera work is not very great here. The water keeps going on the camera lens. Can't really see what happens. So if I do miss something, I do apologise, as Clark tries to go on the end of that, but he goes out for a goal kick. Clark will get on the end of that. From that free kick forward from Theo Richardson. Is still nil here in the FA Cup second round clash between Buxton and Morecambe. There has been a goal in the Championship. He come on 20 minutes, and that's Coventry City 0, West Bromwich Albion 1, Colin Grant. And Buxton have just struck the post there. Diego Di Romero with the effort off of the post. And Morecambe almost taking the lead. And Buxton almost taking the lead there against Morecambe. There's a throw in. There's a good effort there. Buxton never throw. Kelly will take. Good play. Di Romero crosses in deep towards the back post. Fox is there. Elliot gets there. Fox keeps the ball in. McDonald clears away and is out for a throw. And that was a real good chance there for Buxton, who was just to show the post as they won the ball back. Diego Arga gave the ball away. Di Romero fired an effort from the edge of the penalty area back off the post. Diego Arga was put under pressure, and then an effort just struck the post, and Leathering was left stranded. If that was an inch or two to the right, to the left, from where he hit it, would have nestled in the bottom corner because Leathering wasn't moving at all. Another goal in the Premier League now is West Ham fall behind to check against Chelsea through Thiago Silva. It's 1-0 to the visitors there in the Premier League. As here is McDonald. Down the line it goes. but given away and it's cleared by Middleton. And there's a throw to Morecambe. Be interesting to see how well these two sides do. I've not really seen much of either side this season due to following the Premier League Championship more closely. I've seen the odd League One games, but it's Rotherham United I've been focusing on, and that's where I was last night watching the Millers get through and winning Paul Warren's 250th game in charge of the Millers against Stockport County. But a really dogged test for the Millers, and that was a Paul Warren after the game said that was the test he was expecting for his side. It's Buxton 0, Morecambe 0 on the TCO, JB Sports, JDA Football, Storm FM, Twitter and Twitch as well. You can listen to us on any of those platforms. And if you want to listen to us out and about, the best way to do that is if you put on Twitch, change it to audio only. You can have it on audio only, just have your phone aside if you're driving, and you just be able to listen to the commentary and have it coming through your car speakers and have the best alternative commentary on this Buxton versus Morecambe game. As we just see that Diego Di Giamore's effort again, and like I said, Lellerin was rooted to his spot. And Fire just does Morecambe win a free kick. Foul on McLaughlin. And now Morecambe 0, Buxton 0, Morecambe 0. And now he's played away by Buxton, but Morecambe have got it back. Here's Di Giamore. And now McLaughlin, who almost slipped on the football because of the weather. It is raining quite heavily in Buxton. I can hear it coming down quite a bit bad as there's Lellerin's clearance. But Morecambe midfielders to help him out. There is a threat to Morecambe though. So they've just helped him out a little bit there, the goalkeeper. And Bucks, just seen a flag there saying the dream to be on television, and for the Buxton team, and they are today. And they're also on the radio as well on the TC Hub. As is Delaney to O'Connor, the captain. Delaney again. Alpha McCallum on there, lovely footwork into a Noah. Looking for Lee, who can't pick up. Neither side's really got going. Buxton have had a chance which come off the post. Morecambe yet to really test Theo Richardson in that goal at the moment. As we watch on the air as the ball is flicked on by Clark, looking for Di Giamore, who's trying to put the pressure on Lellerin, who can clear, and he clears it well this time up towards Stockton. With Diego wins the header after his header clears. McCallum on to Diego Raga, and Diego Raga will play to McLaughlin. And now, good bit of play this, and it's back with Lellerin in the goal for Morecambe. And now here's Delaney coming forward. As I can tell you, the rain is continuing to pour down here as Dawson is fouled. Elliott is fouled after Dawson won the ball, should I say there. And it's still 0-0 here between Buxton and Morecambe. 19 minutes gone. Just showing us here on the TC Hub. JB Sports, JDA Football, Storm FM. Also on Twitter, Commentary Live 1. and also on our Twitch channel, as well as Buxton win a corner. Good ball in towards a penalty area. Middleton rose straight and was headed behind, and Morecambe have conceded a corner. Buxton have a chance to get players forward like Erst, Middleton, Nicola Dawson there, Elliott is taking. Ward will be in there, Didrimar will be in there, Clark will be in there. And he's played in towards a penalty. More Stocks is headed it away for another corner. Dawson's lurking on the edge of the penalty area, the former Leeds United man. He also played for Rotherham United at one stage to Chris Dawson there. I almost called him Craig Dawson. I don't know who Craig Dawson is. This is Chris Dawson. I'm on about as Elliot puts the ball back in. And Leathern tips it over for yet another corner. And that almost went in there from Elliot. Direct from the corner. Elliot almost scoring a wonderful corner. Almost curled it in. And it almost went in. But at the back post, the Erst was fouling his man. And Elliot did Romero with this corner this time, and Elliot's pushed it away for yet another corner. So that's 4 corners in quick succession now. This is something they've got to really capitalise on. This pressure, these corner pressures as well. Elliot takes this one. Erst can't trying to keep the move alive. He's come off Curley. And Shane McLaughlin did well to win to goal kick there for Morecambe, and Buxton almost put a bit of pressure on. Put a bit of pressure on there. He's still 0-0. Here's McDonald for Morecambe giving the ball back to O'Connor, and O'Connor now sends it to Leathern, who plays it to Delaney, who can try and push forward from the back and cause them a few problems today. Is what Morecambe will be looking to do. Cause quite a few problems as the ball is in towards the penalty area. Middleton can just clear under pressure from Stockton. And then Middleton forces and concedes a corner. And it's still 0-0 between the pitching Northern Premier side against the League One outfit. And Morecambe probably just shared possession, but the best chance of the game came from Buxton through Didier Amaro, turn on the edge of the penalty area and found a shot against the post, which saw Leathern rooted to his spot and he bounced away to safety. That was the best chance we've had so far in this game. Still 0-0, coming up towards 23 minutes gone. And he's Elliot to Dawson to clear. Back to Elliot. And he can't pick out Ward over on that far side, who would like to try and help him out and support him. Leathern clears long. And now he's cleared away. Elliot gives the ball away to Diaraga. Now, it's a good play from Morecambe if they can get this right and play it out from the back. Delaney into the path of O'Connor. O'Connor will look up. Go towards halfway. And play it out wide to McLaughlin. When McLaughlin that is, and he wins a free kick. Chris Dawson fouled him there, the former Leeds man. Is Mikel, in fact, who was the perpetrator there. Rather than Dawson, sorry about that, couldn't see the water on the lens. And that's cleared away, and there's a pushing there as well. So Morecambe and Buxton have a free kick now. It's been another goal at the London Stadium. West Ham 1, Chelsea 1. Manuel Lanzini from the penalty spot levels up for West Ham United. Thank you very much there to Michael's got in touch, says up you've been given some free Buxton water. I have, mate. He says sounding good, by the way. Cheers, Mike. Hopefully you're doing okay, mate. And hopefully you have a good comms later tonight between Yeovil and Stevenage. That can be heard on the TC Hub. TC Hub 2, TC Hub, JDAC Football, JB Sports, Storm FM, the Periscope, Twitter, and Twitch. On Commentary Hub 2 later, we'll have the action from the Premier League as Watford take on Manchester City with Ryan Francis. That'll be on later this evening. But here is a Buxton corner. Ward did really, really well there to win the corner after an header clear. Could have been just inside the penalty area for corner. His punch cleared by Leather and then he's cleared all the way back to Fox. Fox delivers it into the penalty area. Only if he'll be hounding him all game, will Fox. And Noah tussles for possession. Against McLean looking for a free kick as McLaughlin is away. Here's Ryan McLaughlin down the line. There's McDonald with the cross and it's deflected behind off of Fox for a corner to Morecambe now. So this is really opening up end-to-end stuff. Buxton with the best chance of the game so far. If you're just joining us, Rodrigo Romero found an effort against the post and he bounced away to safety. We have played just over 26.5 minutes, still 0-0. Lee with the corner, whipped in towards the penalty area, headed towards goal. Stockton was in there. And Noah's there to pick up the pieces. And Noah, what can he do here? Up against Fox. He delivers the low cross in, and Fox can get the ball away from Morecambe. Away from the penalty areas. Morecambe tried to attack and away for Buxton. Here's McLaughlin to take the throw, but he'll leave it for Lee to take. It's still 0-0 between Buxton and Morecambe in the FA Cup second round. We'll keep you bang up to date with what's happening throughout the programme. And I agree with what Mike's just said. Buxton can be very pleased with their efforts so far in this league. Well, in this tie. So here's McDonald out wide now to McLaughlin, back into McDonald, down the line it goes. Here's McLaughlin, and he's a throw to Morecambe. Looked like a foul throw there, but the referee's there he goes. McLaughlin puts the ball across and is cleared away by the feet of Theo Richardson, who, if you've just joined us, was on the youth team books of Leeds United and another United, Manchester United. Ball towards Stockton instead of the penalty. Stockton! A score for Morecambe. And Morecambe take the lead. Cole Stockton with it. And Morecambe, the League One side, take the lead against the pitching Northern Premier Division side. And Buxton are behind. The first real chance on goal that Morecambe have had. And he's Stockton offside. This ball comes. No, he's just onside there, Stockton. And he gets in and fires it across. The goalkeeper beyond the keeper gets beyond Middleton. And Buxton are behind, and it's very unfortunate that they are behind. They have played well, Buxton. Deserve to be in the lead. Well, he's Stockton inside the penalty area. And he fired it beyond the keeper into that bottom corner. And Morecambe take the lead. It's 29 minutes on the clock and it's Buxton nil, Morecambe 1, and it's against the winner play. First chance of the game for Morecambe. Matt is looking forward to covering Yeovil v Stevenage later. We've just seen some more goals going in. West Ham 1, Chelsea 2, Mason Mount just before half time, and Coventry City nil, West Bromwich Albion 2. Cedric Kipre with the goal there for the visitors. And now here's Curley for Buxton as they look to try and get back in, as we've got about 50 minutes before half time to play here. Now to McDonald, and McDonald will hold up and then play down the line for Anura, who McClare comes across. He could just really well to get the ball back. Dawson in there, but it's given away to Diego Raga, the former Leeds United man. Anura on the edge of the box. Anura still going. Anura strikes over the top, and he's over the top of the stand and on top of the stand as well. Here the tree behind the stand, which you just saw behind that goal there, and it was a decent effort. It opened up for him to have that shot, but it was cleared away. Here's Morecambe attacking. Ward down the Morecambe having two defenders. Ward plays it down the line, and Di Giorgio keeps it from going out for a goal kick, which after a throw in, which will keep him under pressure with it. They did go behind for a goal kick, he looks like. Juma trying to win a corner there. As the ball's headed forward, he's offside initially, but when he receives it, he's onside, so potentially the Morecambe goal could have been disallowed. Jumaro there. And Diego Di Giorgio. We've got FA Cup action later. Yeovil against Stevenage on all the platforms except TC Up 2. As we've got with Mike Orneman. And then tomorrow, and also at 5:30 tonight, we've got the match between Watford and Manchester City with Ryan Francis later. And tomorrow too, on all platforms, we've got the Women's FA Cup final between Arsenal and Chelsea. Join Nicholas Jones for that one. And here is Delaney for O'Connor, who clears it down the line for Morecambe, looking for the win of Stockton, but can't pick up there. As now Middleton McAlealy, now is Clark. Curley back to the goalkeeper Richardson. Richardson clears away, but Di Giorgio may have to come off. He can't hardly walk. He's walked across to the sidelines, and Buxton maybe having to go down to 10 men. Here is Ward. He's got Fox out wide. Yes, found Fox now. The players getting it to the penalty area. Ward delivers a cross in there, looking for Clark, who got in there, taken into the central position striker. Di Giorgio down just near the touchline. He's being told to sit down and receive some treatment, which he is doing now. Let's have a look at this incident, which he got injured again. His ankle just went over there, I think. This is a better angle to see it. Gets away from his man. Yes, his ankle just rolls over on his ankle. Look at this guy's studs caught in the astroturf. And that looks like it's going to be a painful injury then for the Buxton striker, the former Chesterfield man, who I've seen before, and he's looked very, very bad there. Looks like he may have to Come on, looks like Buxton may have to get a replacement ready to come on in a second, which they might be doing. I might try and continue on. Yes, he left boot got stuck into the surface. There's half time between West Ham and Chelsea. It's 2-1 to Chelsea. Then it's half time, Coventry 0, West Bromwich Albion 2 is the other half time score. We've got 10 minutes to go here in the end of our match. And it's still 1-0 Morecambe. Deirdre O'Mara back on trying to get through to half time, I reckon. And ball is up towards Stockton, who can't get on end of that from the ball up from the back through from O'Connor. And Buxton against Morecambe is still 1-0 Morecambe. As Lee wins the header there, breaks it for Anura, who brings it down on his chest. Looked as though he might have brought down on his arm as well, but Clark is away. He's been held off by... No, Curly gets away from one. Gets away from two. And McCalmont is the man who fouls him. And that's good play from Curly, the right back there for Buxton, getting forward. Driving out the players, winning the free kick there. Foul by McCalmont. Nibble 1, nibble 2 from McCalmont. And it was the second nibble at him, which got the visitors a free kick. Let's watch this game unfold as we ball towards the penalty, headed away. Stockton clears it. And now for McCalmont. Was looking at that free kick, didn't come to nothing. Here's Curly with the throw, looking, trying to pick out a man. Dawson's making an option for him still to his Hurst. And Lee pushed out for yet another throw. And Hurst just stayed forward from that free kick to try and cause a bit of problems. Which is still in this game. Here's Dawson. Dawson again. Onto the edge of penalty area. Dawson inside the penalty area now. Loses out, but Buxton, his teammate just helped him winning the ball back. Here's Clark. Can't keep all the possession. Nura gets in there and plays it off of Curly for a throw to Morecambe. 37 minutes gone. Here's still Buxton 0, Morecambe 1. If you want to sync this up, if you're watching on the TV and want to sync up with our commentary, you can do. I'll tell you what minute we're in a second. Also, as we come up towards, they're saying 20, 21, 22, 23. And now here's Stockton inside the penalty area, cleared away by Dawson, who did well to get bad there. Can't pick out Elliott. Here's Romero to Elliott, who's coming forward. Elliott plays it in towards the run of Ward, who can't get on of that, and he's out for a goal kick. To Morecambe. Ward realised how close he was away from getting onto that, and he was very unlucky. Here's McLaughlin. Here's McDonald. Going to counter on the edge of the box if he wants to use him. McDonald goes inside the penalty. So there, McCalmont's shot is saved, and then he's pulled wide in the end. But no, and Buxton is still in this cup tie, but they'll be probably wondering why or how are they still in this. Nures on the rebound after McCalmont's initial shot was putting wide as the ball. He had a play there from McLaughlin. There's a throw to Buxton. Buxton just controlling possession and trying to get the ball forward. Good ball towards the run of Meikle, who clears it forward looking towards Clark and Elliott. 3 shots on target for Morecambe. None for Buxton at this moment in time. And he's out of play for another throw to Morecambe. McCalmont not happy with that. Derek Adams left Morecambe in the summer to go to Bradford. So the manager of Morecambe was in charge in Motherwell, Stephen Robinson, but then now has come to manage in England. We're now from north of the border. And now another play for throw to Morecambe, to throw to Buxton, which it'll be Middleton to take. And he throws it long downfield. Flicked on there, but given away. And here's McCalmont, who gives the ball away and then deflected from Clark into the path of Nura, who collects. Here's McCalmont. Diego Aga, back to McCalmont, back to Diego Aga. And he's back into the path of Northern from Delaney, and he's cleared away. Here's Dawson to Erst. Throws the ball out wide to Ward. It was Elliott there who wins a free kick. And to Buxton. And a chance to get the ball into the penalty area before half time. As we see this game unfold, it's still Buxton 0, Morecambe 1. As Buxton will try and get an equaliser just before half time if they can play this right, but the flick on there from Clark. News from Middleton. Can't pick out a man as Leyland just freaks up and he's claiming he's got something wrong with his shoes, I think. He seems to have sorted them out now as he kicks this long up towards Stockton, who brings it to control in his chest. And Dawson dives in there to try and win the ball back. For Buxton, he plays it for there, Dawson, looking for the run of Clark. Lee's under pressure, I guess. Lee gets away with one there. I thought he was going to concede a corner, but later the ball went out for a goal kick. And Netherlands laces were underneath to have a tied there by McLaughlin, who will be hoping to get paid a bit extra for doing that this afternoon. Lovely player. Here's Ward. Ward goes for goal, just wide. A decent effort there from Ward, and it just goes wide. And good bit of play there from Ward. Cuts inside, and then it opens up for him. So he goes, and he just goes wide. The wind took it away from him, and goes just. Well, with the running behind him, trying to have a shot. But he goes just behind us now. Newlands Lane to McDonald. Fox looking to close him down. McDonald's inside the penalty. Fox can't dive in now. As McDonald puts the ball across. and Curly and Elliot can clear for Buxton, and it's going to have to play for a throw. They'll be off to get another bottle of Buxton water at half time. Buxton spring water, that is. Other waters are available, including tap water, amongst others. As I did you remember coming off a half time or managing to get to half time before being assessed by the Buxton players and being the Buxton staff at half time. Flicked on there by Clark. As we've now entered a minimum of 2 minutes at a time. 2 minutes at a time. Very good evening to Victoria. Hopefully you're doing okay. And hi to JB as well. Hopefully you're doing okay, my friend, as we see Leldon getting ready to clear this long for Morecambe from a goal kick. Morecambe will be back in League One action on Tuesday. They travel to the Stadium of Light in the North East to take on Sunderland, and there's a free kick for Morecambe foul on McLaughlin. That's a yellow card to Elliot. And Elliot goes into the referee's book. Diego pushed the ball forward this time, and now he's up and under in towards the penalty area. Just outside the penalty area is Stockton on that right hand side. Plays the ball back in towards the centre circle as is Diego Vargas. Spreads the play out wide to Lee, and he's got McCammon down the outside of him, so he goes inside instead, trying to confuse the Buxton players. But he doesn't. As is Diego Vargas down the line looking for McCammon, cleared away, and now cleared away by Curler there. Now he's back to Leathering, who been put under pressure there by Elliot, as we now get to half-time whistle. And it's the League One side who take the lead and are in the lead out of the breakthrough. Stockton's goal, the first real opportunity for Morecambe in the game, as Buxton went close with the best chance of the game for me, through Diego Di Giamaro, which he turned on the edge of the penalty area and fired an effort against the post. Stockton broke the offside trap. He initially looked offside, but it was a second phase of play, and he was onside then, and he scored to put the League One side in the lead. And at half time here on the TCO, it is, and JB Sports, Straight Football on Storm FM, and on Twitter and Twitch. It's Buxton 0, Morecambe 1. I'll be back in 15 minutes for the second half. But before I do, Jerry says, good to see the watery gags coming out there, Harvey. Thank you, JB. I'm off to get Buxton spring water, but you can have any other waters you like, including tap and any other like that out there. So we're back in 15 minutes for the second half. Welcome back to the Sutherland Stadium as Buxton take on Morecambe in the FA Cup second round action. Just before we came back on air, there had been another goal in the game at West Ham United. They're taking on Chelsea in the Premier League, and I can tell you guys that is West Ham United 2, Chelsea 2. Jared Bowen with the goal on 56 minutes. It is still Coventry City 0, West Bromwich Albion 2. Second half of that one is also back underway, playing around about the same time or just a minute or two before, after their games. And the second goal for Coventry has gone down as a Karma Fadzine. Second goal for West Brom has gone down for a Karma Fadzine own goal. And let's just have a quick recap of what's happened in the first half before we get back underway. Did you remember find an effort against the post for Morecambe and Buxton kept putting on the pressure, then Stockton fired home to give Morecambe the lead just before the break. As we get ready for the game this evening. So we'll just get ready for our game in the second half then. Buxton against Morecambe. Got my Buxton buckle of Buxton spring water here. There is other waters available, including tap out there, as the players just emerge for the second half. I'll just have a quick drink before we get back off and underway for the second half. Welcome back. Diego Di Giuliano, thought might have gone off at half time, is back out there, just not walking very, very gingerly. I'm not sure how long he'll stay out there for. I'm surprised he has actually come back out for the second half. To be honest with you, as the second half is almost back underway, I wonder if Morecambe will do similar to what Bournemouth did last night, where they scored within 10 seconds of the kickoff. Alpha McCalmont will be the man who will be gaining, and Morecambe will be the team to get back underway. Alpha McCalmont will be the player to do so. And we're now back underway. Then no changes to either side for the second half as we get ready to watch Buxton against Morecambe in the FA Cup, as Buxton win an early free kick for a foul by Tumana Diego Arga, also known as Dave when he was at Leeds United. So very interesting to see how this game goes on as we watch Buxton take on Morecambe, and Morecambe win a free kick. Morecambe with it was Curley with the foul on Nura, who is why the free kick has been given there. As we just see this challenge again. Just a nudge in the back there. Let's have a look at the teams then for the second half for you. It is for Buxton, Theo Richardson in goal, Curley, Ace, Middleton and Fox, McAlealy, Clark, Dawson, Elliott and Ward, Di Giuliano up top, Heath Richardson, Chambers, Milnes, Tier, Hines, Dillingham and Cat on the bench. As for Morecambe, is Leathering in goal, McLaughlin, O'Connor, Delaney, Lee, McLaughlin, Diarga, Diagoraga and McCammon in midfield. McDonald, Stockton and Noah up top of the bench. Andreessen, Jones, Abika, Ayunga, Phillips, Cooney as Wood puts the ball into the penalty area claimed by Buxton. Di Giamaro is down, giving it 50 seconds of the second half, but he has to go off now. Looks like it'll be in the field is so the rest on the bench is Ayunga, Phillips, Cooney, Gibson, Duffus and Wottonen. So he's a man, they're about to come off there, and there's going to be a substitution, and it's going to be the number 14, Chambers. Is the man is the youngest ever player to play in the Leicester City first team, Chambers, and he's now on. As Chambers played for Leicester City. He was involved with York 10 years ago when they played against Bolton when Bolton were in the Premier League, and they had Marcus Alonso in the Bolton Wanderers setup. As he's stocked inside the penalty area for Morecambe, his cross is deep, comes towards the back post, ended away by Clark, and he's headed behind for a corner. McCalmont across to take. The unknown Leeds man. It's a corner then for the visitors, but whipped in by Alfie McCalmont. Northern Ireland International, although from the Whites of Leeds United as McCalmont with a right footed corner punched clear there by Richardson, Theo Richardson that is, as Ward plays the ball back to Fox. Down the line is Dawson. Chris Dawson lets the ball go and play for a throw. Is Fox again, who takes the throw this time. Fox has the ball back through the legs of McDonald. Diagoraga helps out his winger, but then gives the ball away. But then McCalmont helps out his midfield partner, but then a lovely challenge there by Middleton, and now clear down the line in favour of Clark, who Lee gets away from, and his advantage from Walker, and Lee's tripped there. And the Buxton number 6, McAlealy, will be the Meikle will be the man who will get booked here now, and that's the second booking for Buxton today. We're still 1-0 to Morecambe, 5 minutes of the second half gone. And there's a free kick just inside their own half for Morecambe on that left hand side. The Cameron will take. So the Buxton half, should I say, he's going to push the ball into the penalty area. He's cleared as a foul in there. And it's still 1-0. And he's out of play for a throw to Buxton just inside their own half as he's cleared down line there by Curley. And he goes out for a throw. He's back on the pitch, the ball at the moment, but McCall won't get there to get there. As we see someone dressed in a Santa suit in the crowd. As McLaughlin gets the ball back to Delaney to Leathering. Leathering clears it upfield. And now here is Middleton to Richardson to clear. But he clears it into this Morecambe bench. And out. Here is Fox now. Gets Buxton on the run. Can they know? He's out for a throw to Buxton. Come off McDonald, who didn't think he was a freak. A throw to the visitors. There was a throw to the visitors rather than the others, should I say. And now the ball is played through towards Cole Stockton. Out of play for a throw to the visitors. Cleared away by Hurst there. It's still 2-0 to West Bromwich Albion away at Coventry City in the Championship. It is also 2-2 between West Ham and Chelsea. As the ball is whipped into the penalty area there by the Morecambe right back McLaughlin. McLaughlin plays it into Diagoraga. Right now to McCalmon, back to Diagoraga, who puts a bit too much on that, and he goes out of play over for a throw. And the Morecambe fans there's one even covered with his nose and scarf wrapped right up there. All the fans, because how wet and windy it is of the Sutherland Stadium. Throw down the line it goes, flicked away by Noah, who brings it down now, giving it to Elliot, and Buxton and Morecambe can't fetch ball down, can they? Morecambe can't, but Buxton can, and he gets forward. When McLaughlin cuts that ball from Elliot out, and he gets the ball out wide there to McDonald. McDonald picks up possession, cuts inside. McLaughlin's there. McLaughlin goes down, Elliot goes down, and the free kick is given to Buxton. Fox will leave that. David Hawkins, the chairman, he's been there over a decade now at Buxton. And the ball is played forward towards the chairman who's up top now in place of Didier Amaro, who went off injured. And now here is Dawson back. He goes. Here's the ball back from Fox to the goalkeeper, Richardson, who gets Clark away. They recovered well. Dawson's there. Look clearly how wide. Dawson there well. Good play this by Buxton as Dawson has it again. In towards Ward, who goes down a shot from the edge of the box by Chambers. Appeals for a penalty by the crowd. I'm not sure. I didn't notice Ward who was fouled first. The counter cell penalty for Morecambe. His cross is saved by Richardson, and we've just seen that appeal for a penalty again against Jamie Ward, and the defender did really, really well to put a block in on the shot. Stockton's goal is the difference, and as we approach the final, we approach an hour in the as we've 12 minutes of the second half is gone. They had a play for a throw to Morecambe. Very early drive from Buxton to Buxton. Set off around about 10 o'clock this morning. Got to the ground around about 11. As is McLaughlin. Diego Aga. And a lovely play from O'Connor into the path of Delaney, who gets the ball forward, looking for the run of McDonald, but he can't keep the ball in play. Close coming away with possession for Morecambe, for Buxton over on the far side, but lost his footing in the end, and Morecambe could clear. Ersh keeps the ball in and sends it forward. Dawson gets there, breaks for Diego Aga from Dawson, and now Morecambe can break. Over the top from Diego Aga is gathered by Richardson, who, if you just joined us, was a product of the youth setup at Manchester United. And also at Morecambe as well. Manchester United and Legion, I should say, was the goalkeeper Theo Richardson. It comes to McLaughlin. And now it's Delaney. Delaney looks up, feeds into Lee. Lee sees space inside for McLaughlin, who gets there. McLaughlin plays the ball through, looking towards Stockton, cut out well, and now it's Dawson. Picks off possession, just decides to settle inside his own half. Plays it back to the right hand side, just inside his own half as well as Hurst. All up, for looking towards Cherries, who's on the edge of the penalty area. Battling well there was Elliott. First round ball again by the Morecambe, couple of Morecambe players and the fans. And the referee says, "It is strike you on there." So you're sure? And now here is the run of McDonald, but he's cut out well, and now Ward is nudged off possession. And Morecambe have a throw into McLaughlin from McLaughlin. And now here's Diego Aga. And now it's a good bit of player. Shane McLaughlin forward to Ryan McLaughlin. It's McDonald. McDonald fires it wide in the end, and that was a poor effort from McDonald there to cause quite a few problems. As it's still 1-0 to Buxton. Other FA Cup matches up and down the country today. We will watch on the channel. We'll see Yeovil take on Stevenage later on the TC Hub, JB Sports, JDA Football, Storm FM, Twitter and Twitch. But over on TC Hub 2, we've got the Manchester City game away at Watford at 5:30. As Manchester as Morecambe try and come away with possession now. Here is McDonald. Lovely play, but he's given away his ears. Picked off by Chambers. Clark, guess it. Clark, strike is blocked to Meikle. Back our way to Clark. Now it's Dawson. Erst. Now it's with Curley. Back to Erst. Downfield he goes into the path of Ward. Uses his body and pace well to keep on the possession. Up against Delaney. Low cross in. Just cleared away before Chambers could get there. He's out for a throw. And as long as Buxton keep it 1-0 down for as long as they can, there will be very much up in their side that they can go on and get something from this game. But it's a free kick to Morecambe, fouled by Meikle. Didn't see what was wrong with that free kick there. Elliot almost winning the ball by there for Buxton, and they're putting under pressure as Dawson now picks up. Here's Dawson. Here's Elliot giving the ball away. Meikle. Chambers. Elliot almost back into Chambers' path. And Chambers is getting Buxton fans behind their team. The one in the fans to get behind their team. And that breakout. Elliot just going to take it in his stride there too. Otherwise, that would have been a big chance there for Buxton to level things. But Morecambe trying to get back into it, but it's given away to McLaughlin. Here's McDonald. McDonald gets around Fenter across and is stocked to fires it wide. Winners of this will go into the FA Cup third round draw, which will take place on Monday at 7 o'clock. We'll bring it here on the TCO for you and all the partner platforms before we bring you the final FA Cup action. We'll have the FA Cup third round draw for you on Monday, so stay tuned to find out which side has got who in the third round for the FA Cup, which will be played weekend of the 7th, 8th, 9th of January in the new year. Which side will be going through in this to the next round? Buxton win a corner. 20 minutes left to play. Buxton fans getting behind their team as Elliot comes across to Taylor corner on that right hand side. This Morecambe be put under pressure. Balls in towards the penalty area. Cole Stockton exited behind for yet another corner. Good pressure this from Buxton. Elliot delivers it. He's headed in there. Breaks away. For Ward. So a gap. Ronaldo covers. They had to play for a throw to Buxton down on our left hand side. This near side as we watch on. Is a throw to Buxton. 66 minutes gone here. Still Buxton 0. Morecambe 1. If you're just joining us here on the TC Hub. TC Hub 2. Storm FM. JDAF Football. JB Sports. Twitter. And Twitch. We're also put on. And if you want to listen to this while you're out and about, driving or on the bus, you can do so. Just go on to Twitch, find us on there, and listen to it via the Twitch platform on audio only, while you're on your phone, while you're driving on. As Morecambe about to make a double substitution here. And it's Anua and McCalmont off for a younger. And McCalmont, and Alfred McCalmont, the Leeds United loanee, did well today for Morecambe. But he's seen his cause running the competition after 67 minutes. Morecambe still lead by that Stockton goal to nil. McLaughlin into Ayunga. Ayunga goes down. And offside is the decision, I think. I thought he was going to give a penalty there. But the flag is up for offside. But if he wasn't offside, it's a definite penalty. Let's have a look, see if he is offside. He's just on. This is on top of it. Mikhail. Alright to Ward. Mikhail again. Here is Erst forward for Morecambe. For Buxton, should I say. And now Delaney for Morecambe. Out of play for a throw. Ball is headed away there by Middleton. His works for Erst to clear forward. Lovely elder play there by Chambers. And now Lee can't get behind us. And then it's cleared by Leatherin. And it's headed out by Buxton for a throw to Morecambe. "69 minutes, Buxton 0, Morecambe 1. And it's headed forward. Picked off there by Lee. Lovely play from Lee is Stockton. Down the line it goes. Just holds her well. In towards Lee. Lee with the cross. Turns, he goes down inside the penalty area, and the referee is given a goal kick. As Younger tried to get on the turn and he went down, it was Middleton who stopped him from doing that. And now here, Buxton will try and come forward, but they can't at the moment. Morecambe have just give the ball back to them. As now here's Fox. Down the line is Ward. Further down the line and it's out of play for a throw. Ward leaves it for Fox to take. Fox gets the ball back to Middleton, who clears downfield. He's out for a throw to Morecambe. Final 20 minutes or so to go now. Buxton 0, Morecambe 1 is the scoreline. Cole Stockton scored the difference in the first half. He's out for a throw for Buxton as Fox. Down the line it goes. Lovely play from Fox to Ward. Shane McLaughlin coming forward as for Morecambe. As now a younger come forward too. Takes past one. And Middleton just McClellan lets it run out for a goal kick. As we see, it's still 2-2 between West Ham and Chelsea. Karma Fadzine is put through the right end this time. It's Coventry 1, West Bromwich Albion 2. Is a scoreline now at the CBS Arena. And now that ball is played forward towards Chambers, who brings it down on his head. Here's Dawson in to Ward. Lovely play from Ward out wide. Curly inside to Meikle. Meikle across now to Fox. Fox with the ball in. No one in there. Is a blown away. It's an up and under. Headed away by Morecambe. Meikle for Ward. Into Elliot back to Ward. Ward with the cross. Claims by Leathering at the second attempt. He almost fumbled it first due to the wet weather as he's still chucking it down with rain. Ward he dropped it initially, did the goalkeeper Leathering. He's out for a throw to Morecambe though. McLaughlin will take. As we see Buxton and Morecambe going head to head, is still 1-0 Morecambe. Is going towards into the final 17 or so minutes. As we see, we have got a goal in the Premier League clash between West Ham and Chelsea. I can tell you, West Ham have taken the lead against Chelsea through Arthur Masuaku in the 87th minute. So, if Chelsea were top of the table in the Premier League, could be losing to West Ham United. In the Premier League clash. And Chelsea would have lost, and West Ham have come from 1-0 down to do that, and West Ham would be up into fourth, and they'd be 4 points ahead of West Ham, and that'll give Man City and Liverpool a chance to go top of the table later if they hold on to this West Ham United. And that's a foul for a free kick to Morecambe. There's a foul on Jones as he now gets ready to take this free kick into the final 15 or so minutes left. But a goalie now would surely make sure Buxton are heading out of the competition. We've seen Morecambe, we've seen teams come back from 2-0 down to be leading. Jones will take, goes for goal and he goes wide. And a goal in the first half from Cole Stockton. That was his 14th goal this season. For Cole Stockton. Stephen Robinson's side are just a few minutes, less than 15 minutes away from progressing to the third round of the FA Cup, unless Buxton can come back and deny them a place with the big boys. He's out for a throw to Morecambe, and it's Ryan McLaughlin. Will take the throw, and his lovely Stockton McDonald can't put it away, and he's done really, really well there. Richardson with a fantastic save to deny McDonald, and Morecambe had a chance to turn the lead there. and he saved it well. And Buxton are holding on the edge of Cole Stockton in behind McKellar. Stockton shot is saved by the Richardson down into his right hand side. Stockton again on the turnover. Well, that's a really good save from Theo Richardson to keep his side in this game. And that is a fantastic chance from Stockton, but he couldn't keep it down. And what a chance that was there. Big chance there for the game. And that ball is played forward. Here's a good ball from McLaughlin to Ayunga to the ball and puts it back. And Stockton with a big chance has blazed it over. That's a really big chance there from Morecambe. And they will be kicking themselves here. And now it's still Dawson Morecambe who will lead by a goal to us. McDonald puts the ball in and he goes wide for a corner. Richardson has done really well. It's a corner then for Buxton to defend, which will be Jones who will whip it in. He's pushed the ball in towards the penalty area, punched away there by Richardson, who was a youth team player. Theo Richardson at Leeds United and Manchester United, if you're just joining us this afternoon. West Ham still lead by 3-2 against Chelsea. West Brom still lead by 2-1 in the Championship clash against Coventry City. And now there's a ball in towards the penalty area, which is claimed easily by Richardson there. Excuse me for sneezing on air a few moments ago. Hurst clears it downfield. Fox can't keep it. Dumtieri on loan from Halifax for Buxton. He's coming on. He comes on in place of Chris Dawson. So it's still 1-0 Morecambe. Final 9 or so minutes left to play. Meikle gets the ball forward into the path of Elliott. Good play now as Hurst plays a lovely crossfield pass. Picks out Ward. Picks out Fox. In the end, he was. Throw to Buxton. Fox to take. Looking for support. And he wins another throw. And that was Tier who's just come across to help him out. Some of the Morecambe fans dressing up as Santas. Christmas is just 3 weeks away. And it's out for a throw to Buxton, who are piling on the pressure and have been quite a few times. Morecambe had chances of their own as well to score. Meikle was small forward for Chambers. Can't find a teammate. Fulham and West Ham have beaten Chelsea by 3-2 in the Premier League, and West Bromwich have been held on for a 2-1 win against Coventry in the Championship. Final 8 or so minutes here, or 7.5 minutes here, and is still Buxton nil, Morecambe 1, as Buxton will look to get the ball forward. And here's Clark. Goes down, does Clark, but he's played to the right back. Played toward who wins Buxton a corner. Ward will take. Clark is down. On the edge of the penalty area. On the right hand side of the box as well, just outside the penalty area. And that result of the London Stadium for West Ham beating Chelsea gives chances for Liverpool and Manchester City a chance to go top later. And Clark is down. And now it's Ward with the corner into a penalty area, cleared away by McDonald. Meikle is bad there. Can't head it forward and he does it back to the goalkeeper. Richardson. Theo Richardson it is. Heath Richardson, the other goalkeeper, on the bench. Got them on for player of the match. Got my player of the match. Sorted, I'll announce that in a second or two as Fox wins Buxton the throw. Final 5 or so minutes to go here. And now, from Morecambe comes to Ryan McLaughlin. Skips away from one. And goes there, push clearances in. Younger stays down for a second or two. Back onto the field. And now McLaughlin. O'Connor gets it forward with the ball skips off the turf because it's wet and goes out for a, a goal kick to Buxton. Thank you, Mike. He says he's been excellent on comms. He's really enjoyed this one. Thank you, my friend. As Buxton concede a throw deep inside their own half, final set 3 minutes or so. So let's announce our player of the match then. And the player of the match is going to go to Theo Richardson of Buxton, the Buxton goalkeeper. He's kept Buxton in this with some fantastic saves when Morecambe have gone close, as well as the players putting the bodies on the line. But I think if it wasn't for some of Richardson's saves and some of the blocks by the defence, Morecambe would have been out of the side by now, and Morecambe are still leading by a goal to nil. Final 2.5 minutes left to play. If you're just joining us, as now here, where have you been for the entirety of this match? As Ayunga picks up possession into Jones. Jones out wide towards his teammate McDonald, who can't keep the ball in play. And there's a handball there by Delaney. And there's a free kick to Buxton. As we come towards the final few minutes, Buxton been unlucky today. I deserve at least a goal. Curley puts the ball in, it's cleared away. Fox is there. Meikle out wide. And now Morecambe on the attack. With McDonald over on that far side of the left. Into the penalty area it goes. Puts the ball back towards Stockton and it's now cleared away by Elliott. Tidy play there from the Buxton number 10. Here's Ward, the former Derby man. Gets the ball back to Curley, who clears it down from the line of play. 89th minute on the clock. Final few minutes now. Morecambe have stayed in this game and he's been very good here as the goalkeepers. Ayunga's in. Ayunga finds the top of the ball. Couldn't keep his effort down there for Morecambe. And Morecambe should be 2-0 up. As we go into added time now. Shortly, we'll be heading into added time. I wonder how many minutes will be added on. We'll let you know as soon as we get confirmation of the added time, which the ball will go up any second now over on that far side. And we'll have a minimum of 3 added minutes at the end here. Now, Ayunga inside the penalty. Shot is blocked. And Buxton, who haven't reached the third round since 1951-52 season, looks like that trend will continue. Unless they can force an equaliser. They're told they need to get the ball down the other end of the pitch. But Morecambe have a corner. And it's Jones who will take. Takes the shot to Ayunga, who stood up in the corner. Still going in, Morecambe. Goal kick to Buxton. They have to crack on with it and get it forward quickly now, Buxton. He takes his shot to Hurst, who will try and lump it forward. And he has gone long. He's into the wind now. Breaks for Ward. Good play from Ward. And he wins a throw. Then to Buxton. So Ward wins it for them. they keep on the pressure. If they can get the ball into towards the penalty area where they need it to be, they need it down that end of the pitch where it is at the moment, but not Buxton gave the ball away. But ball in towards the penalty area over on this far side. Can't find Chambers. Fox closing down, but Ayunga turns away from him and runs over halfway. Down on this right hand side. Still going Ayunga. Middleton comes sliding in, but we can't find it. Ayunga pushed the ball in towards the middle for Stockton. Stockton's there. And Stockton, just what all strikers should do, try and take it towards the corner. It goes back to McLaughlin. Back to Stockton. Stockton holding it up. Back to McLaughlin again. They're just trying to see the time out. Morecambe. Here's Diego Aga. McLaughlin. Here is O'Connor. And who plays it forward. Lovely play this from Buxton. Buxton are going to get the ball. Morecambe keeping the ball and McLaughlin running forward. Edge of the penalty area, McLaughlin. Jones lines up. And if it's saved by Richardson. Richardson is too long. Well, there is a full-time whistle. And the Northern Premier side head out of the FA Cup in the second round. Losing 1-0 to Morecambe. Buxton were very unlucky not to get anything from the game. Although Richardson kept Buxton in it all the way through. Nothing Buxton could do in the end as they bow out of the competition after losing. Buxton's long run is over now. And it's all over. Buxton 0, Morecambe 1 is the final score. Let's recap the other scores in the early games in the Premier League. West Ham 3, Chelsea 2 is the result. In the Championship, Coventry City 1, West Bromwich Albion 2 is another full-time scoreline. Later in the League One, there's a few games in League One, just a couple. Accrington against Fleetwood, Sunderland v Oxford taking place today. Sunderland can move level on points with league leaders Rotherham, Wigan and Wickham. And they'll play the same amount of games as Rotherham. We'll have Sunderland after this one. But here in the match at the Silver Lake Stadium, Buxton bow out of the FA Cup by losing a 0 to Morecambe. And Buxton put a really, really good fight. They can be proud of their efforts. But they head out of the competition, as Mike Riley says. Buxton can be very proud of their efforts. Very respectable performance. So, full time then in the Silver Lake Stadium. It's finished. Buxton 0, Morecambe 1. Thank you very much for listening to our coverage. Later on the TC Hub 2, join Glenn Francis for Manchester City's trip to Watford. But also on the TC Hub, JDAF Football, Storm FM, JB Sports, the Twitch and Twitter feed. You can join Mike Orman as he brings you Yeovil against Stevenage in the FA Cup for our second FA Cup action of the day and a third of the weekend so far. If you want to listen to our Gateshead and Chorlton on last night, if you're not seen that one yet, you can go and check out all the channels and listen to JB alongside Chris Wyman with the excellent hosting from Mike Orman. But for myself, the TCUB team, and from everyone listening today, hope you've enjoyed our coverage as Morecambe progress to round 3, where they could get one of the big boys from the Premier League, and Buxton's run ends here. Full time, Buxton 0, Morecambe 1. Thanks for listening. Good night. Well, good afternoon, good night, or good morning, depending where you are in the world, what time it is for you. From all the team here, ta-ra.